James. Inaki here. Today we're going to be going over some flow mechanics, and I'm going to show you how to do some of my Aneaos form, starting with the Singularity axis. Now the Singularity axis is an inverted version of the Obiani. The Obiani looks like this. The Singularity axis is an inverted grip, so you're going to grip it inverted like a pike. And then this is what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to go into some of the mechanics of this and how this works, because if you're familiar with doing the Obiani, it's a completely different wrist position and the way that you move your arm and the way that you move your hips. So basically, the first part of this, you're going to have to know how to do the figure eight. So the figure eight normally looks like this. Going side to side, left to right. And it's the same thing with the inverted. So you start, and I always tell people to turn your wrist to the left to do the first arc, and then go through with it. And it's going to take some muscle reprogramming, and it feels weird. But then you can turn your wrist back to the left and then go over with the loop again. So you're going through, but you're not exact. You're turning it right slightly, but it's more of a left pivot and like centered on the right. So you got to get used to this motion first. Because there's two ways to do it also. There's long loops, like this, to where your muscles can get conditioned and attuned to it. And then once you get it, you're going to start bending your wrists more and following through. And I think sometimes it's easier with inverted because of the gravity. It's easier with the gravity going forward and down. So always practice it very slowly at first, because you're going to hit yourself. A lot of us, I mean, I still hit myself to this day doing a lot of this stuff. Be attentive to where your body is, where your center is, how you're breathing, like how you're putting the energy into it. Okay, so that's the figure eight part. So once you have that down, you can get into the second part, because I feel like there's almost 3 to 4 parts to this. So the second part, I'll have to face the other way to show you. So you're going to start and do the figure eight, like basically the first half. You're going to go and loop through, and then you're going to let it fall down behind you until it falls flat. So you're going to go from figure eight partial to basically letting it come down behind your back and then stop when you're right here. And then, I'll have to face back over here, you're going to bring it around with your wrist bent in the front. So it's going to go from wrist bent in the back to just bringing it around in the front. And this is what takes a lot of muscle programming. Your body doesn't usually want to move that way, so you have to push it and kind of direct it. But think about this, like point the weight of the tip toward where you want to go. And then you're going to open it up. So you're going to open the arm, and then you're going to come down with it. And that's how you keep doing the continuous motion. Alright, so once we start back again, we're going to start with the figure eight. Then you're going to arc and go behind you, rotate it until it stops. And you're going to pull it in the front. And you're going to open it, and you're just going to bring the arm down until you can go back and then arc again. So once you get it in continuous motion, you don't really need to do the figure eight so much, but you do need to do it to start it. So stop, rotate, open. And this is what takes the most muscle programming. Is the coil, I would call it. You coil your wrist up, and then it's like a spring, and you unleash the spring. once you continuously do it, obviously you can see I don't really need the first part of the figure eight.